Broke girls want to ban men going their own way.
Okay, I have a question, and maybe this is a stupid question, but that hasn't stopped me in the past from asking my questions. My question here. You know, my brother was telling me about how in the gym, guys don't really approach girls, which, good. Don't approach me. Don't talk to me. Thank you. But so then, I was like, if we're supposed to approach guys, how do you know when a guy wants to be approached?
Broke girls want to ban men going their own way. After women said, "Don't approach us, don't speak to us," now they're reeling because men are no longer approaching them and they don't know how to even have a conversation with a man. Watch to the end of the video to understand the significance of all of this, why men going their own way has won, and why broke girls are now struggling as men are going their own way. Let's just go ahead and jump right back into the video.
By a girl. You know? Like, because girls, we'll give, like, the little ojitos, we'll give little signs. Like, you know? It'll be like, we'll keep looking back. They're like, ah. But how do you know? Like, if you're a guy and you saw a pretty girl and you wanted her to talk to you because you don't want to talk to her, what do you do? Please let me know.
So now you have women asking men, how do you speak to men? Because women have no idea how to do this. You know, men are the ones who naturally have had to go up to a woman, speak to a woman, court a woman, do all of these things. But now men are no longer approaching and women feel powerful. They're like, okay, we have all of the power. We'll decide all of this. But at the same time, they're like, how do you do this? And I'll guarantee you, you know, they want to be able, so some women want to be able to approach you, but they're too scared to approach you. And so they can choose the guys that they want. But I guarantee you that they want these same guys to take them on a date and pay for the entire date. It's like basically they want to choose their own simp. Like choose the guy that they're going to take advantage of. Like, are you kidding me? You see, traditionally women have to wait to be approached. Women have to wait to be approached. A man decides, you know, which girl am I going to choose from the girls who like me? You know, it's not a matter of, you know, I'm going to basically allow these women to approach me and then I'm going to say yes. It doesn't work like that. It absolutely doesn't. It doesn't work like that. Women are going to basically find a hard time. They're going to find it hard right now. All right. Because women are not going to go around walking up to 100 different guys. And a lot of guys are basically just like, you know, this is a trap, or, you know what? I don't even want to be in a relationship. I just want to go home and play video games. I want to go home and, you know, play some RPGs or play Nintendo or Switch or whatever, play Mario Kart. Mario Kart is lit. You know, I mean, look, guys, there's so much hate at men, directed at men right now, that there's no wonder so many guys have gone MGTOW.
Dude, I really don't know what it is, but whenever I make eye contact with men, I look at them and I'm like, ew. Like, I get disgusted. Like, why are you so ugly? Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me and then why are you so ugly? Or the other way around.
Ladies, before you ask the question of why don't men approach women anymore, why don't men take the initiative to approach, to go up and talk to women, ask them out on dates, it's because you have videos like this. And this ain't the only video that's out here in the internet like this. Like, you got plenty of other videos of women saying the same thing. Don't even look my way. Oh, ew, why are you even bothering to look my way? Why are you approaching me if you are ugly, if you are unattractive? Men see this kind of stuff, ladies. Okay, they see videos like this, so they're going to assume, okay, yeah, a lot of women are like this, especially nowadays in 2024. With the rise of social media, shaming tactics. You know, look, listen, I have whole safety car videos for women, so I understand women's safety. I really do. I get it. And men are creeps. But at the same time, the truth is the truth. And the truth is that a lot of women make it bad for y'all. You know what I mean? To not want to be approached, you know, or for men to not want to approach y'all by saying things like this. Okay. And when you say things like this, it's a red flag to me because it makes it seem like, okay, she must speak for a lot of women. And, you know, listen, every dude ain't gonna be like me. I'm a confident dude. I'm gonna shoot my shot regardless of what women are saying. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I understand the fact that men don't really see a point in approaching when you have videos like this out?
The thing is that it's like women seem to think that men don't have feelings. They want to hurt you. They want to make you. They want to shame you. They want to humiliate you, and then they still expect you to be a man. It's basically, to be a woman, all you have to do is identify. To be a man, you have to live up to the ideals of others. It's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So you're just better off not. And that's why so many guys are going MWA and walking away from relationships and dating and society in that manner. Then again, you have the MGTOWs who are separating themselves from relationships and dating, which is at society, which is very, very different, because these guys are like, we're opting out, we're done, we're not gonna, we are, don't worry, we don't plan on going back. These guys are like, we want to live separate lives. And women are, and when you have these videos out here, this is the reality. And women will act like, oh, we don't know what you're talking about. We don't know why men don't want to approach. You guys are being little boys. This is the reason why we say girls mature faster than boys. Guys, that is such a joke. All right, that's such an absolute lie. Girls do not mature faster than boys. All right, men learn very, very quickly, their place in the world. Boys learn very, very quickly their place in the world and how they will be treated by society. Girls mature faster physically than boys, okay? Girls mature faster physically than boys. They'll get their growth spurt faster than boys. They will physically develop before boys. They do not mentally develop before boys. This is the honest to goodness truth. Girls do not mentally develop before boys. They are not more responsible. They are not more trustworthy. They are not superior. This is a very important thing to consider. And they'll go around forever saying that it takes men longer. Like a man will be 35 years old and it'll take him until 35 to get where an 18-year-old woman is, like, where she is mentally. Like, that is such an absolute disgusting insult. Like, women are 10 years ahead of men. Like, are you serious? Men have to take on so much responsibility. Men have to immediately are held accountable. And then women can sit around behaving. Just look at the kinds of videos that they're putting out. And of course, they're going to act like, oh, it's not me, it's not all women, or we don't know what you're talking about. Guys, it's so sad. You have women who are so deep in their masculine energy, but then they don't even know. But now they're asking, like, how do you be a man? Like, what the living heck? Don't approach me, don't speak to me. But how do I approach you and how do I speak to you? Like, oh, and then they wonder why dudes are in their soft guy era and they're out here shaming left and right. Like, guys, hard times are coming. I've said it. What are the consequences? Where are things headed as a result of this? It's pretty simple. 45% of all women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be childless and single come 2030. And that's not counting single mothers, all right? Well, you factor that in. We're looking at 70-80% of women, 70-80% of women that are going to be single come 2030. And the state is broke. The government, we're $35 trillion in debt. The state cannot pay its interest on all of its debt. Even with them running up interest rates, companies are holding on to as much money as they can. They're not raising salaries, and men are walking away. Men pay 80% of all taxes. Women make 80% of all consumer purchases. If you look at some of the statistics right now, it's they are absolutely terrible. They are absolutely terrible. For example, Amazon right now has given very bleak signs, and there are people like, oh, don't listen to it. Right? Amazon just gave a bleak sign about the economy. And, Amazon missed the sales estimates Thursday, and the retail giant said it anticipated softening consumer demand in the third quarter, which sent shares falling after hour trading. On a call with reporters, Amazon CFO Brian Alsavici said shoppers were cautious and looking for deals, trading down to lower price items whenever possible. That helped boost Amazon's lower-priced everyday essential category, which includes non-perishable foods. Non-perishable foods, guys, we're talking about canned foods. People are buying canned foods right now. This is a depression. This is a depression. Non-perishable foods, health, and personal care items. But those lower-priced items weighed on sales. And while Amazon CEO Andy said that more discretionary high-tech items like computers and other electronics were growing fast for the company, he said he still sounded an alarm of caution. I mean, guys, right now everyone is broke, all right? And women are the ones that make the majority of all purchases. So this basically tells us that women don't have money right now. They are broke. They are living entirely off the simp economy, but they're not able to find simps to subsidize their living. And you have a lot of them that are turning to OnlyFools and LonelyFans, and they're messing around and then finding out that it's not gonna, that they basically just sold, you know, they were shilling their wares on this terrible platform, and they can't even find an audience. The average OnlyFans model is not even making $150 a month. The average OnlyFans model makes less than $150 a month. Okay. And OnlyFans is on their heavy investigation right now. All right. The top creators have already been not even contacted. They've been visited by the criminal division of the IRS. The Department of Justice has been sending out subpoenas, grand jury subpoenas to these individuals. Like, they're shutting that crap down. All right. And women think that they're going to run back to traditionalism when everything goes to hell, while at the same time continuing to bully guys, treat men poorly, and like men are just going to be there to save them. And if men don't save them, they're going to turn the state on them. And then they don't understand the reason. They don't understand that men are just going to continue to avoid them. All they're doing is pushing men, not simply to MWA. I'm an MWA, man walking away. MWA are just men with alternatives, walking away from toxic relationships and toxic environments. MGTOWs are men who want to separate themselves from relationships and society. And what they're doing is they're pushing men away from MWA, and they're pushing men towards MGTOW. Okay? Because I don't promote MGTOW. Let me make that clear. I do not promote MGTOW. I am not an MGTOW. But what women are, I promote MWA. I want men and women to have good relationships. You know, I'm not a fan of marriage anymore. But I want men and women to have good relationships. I want men and women to establish the family unit. But what women are doing is they're pushing men towards MGTOW. They're like even with the term being banned on TikTok, even with the Reddit, even with the MGTOW Reddit being banned, what they're doing is they're creating more and more new MGTOWs every single day. I'm not promoting MGTOW. You know who's promoting MGTOW? Women are promoting MGTOW. They are pushing men away from MWA. MWA is men with alternatives. So an MWA will go, if they want a traditional woman, they'll go look for a traditional woman. They may go overseas to find a woman. All right. What these women are doing is they're pushing men away from MWA. All right. I will scream MWA each day, every single day. But they are pushing more and more men away from MWA and pushing them towards MGTOW, where they're going to say, no, we don't even want to. We want to separate ourselves from society. We want to separate ourselves from relationships. We don't want to have anything to do with anyone. We are cutting ourselves. We're slamming that door shut. All right. Like, they're causing men to say that they just want to live separate lives. And it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. All right. I will forever say men should exercise their best alternatives. MWA, men with alternatives. All right. You know, some guys like to call it men with attitudes, but women are doing the kind of stuff they're putting out. They are pushing men towards towards MGTOW.
Don't talk to women anymore, or pursue women, or walk up to women anymore, approach women, whatever you want to call it, because it seems like every damn thing men do is wrong. Any kind of way you come up to a woman or approach a woman or try to talk to a woman seems like it's wrong. If you talk to a girl, and we done seen it like all over the internet. Every app you can think of, a woman has had an issue with every kind of way a man has approached them. We've seen women have an issue with men talking to them in the club, talking to them in the bar, talking to them on the street, talking to them in the grocery store, talking to them in the gym, talking to them like while you're in your car. Like, we've seen women everywhere say they had an issue with how men approach them in every kind of way. So it's like what the fuck do we do? Like, how do we do it? Like, what is the correct way? Like, it's just like we just give the fuck up. It's like, what's the point?
Do you see that? Like, that's not MWA. That's not men walking away. That's not men saying, okay, well, we're going to go to our best alternative and just live our best lives that way. And if we want to find someone, we're going to go overseas. And a lot of these dudes are not going to go overseas. A lot of these dudes are not going to become passport kings. To be a passport king, you actually have to have resilience. You have to have determination. You have to have finances put together to be a passport king. You have to actually have a drive to go and look for a woman overseas and to continue dating and being persistent. All right, passport kings are built different. A lot of men are not going to go and putting that kind of stress to go find a woman overseas and to go date overseas and to resettle overseas. That takes planning and effort, and it takes bravery. All right, a lot of men are like, nah, we're done with this. We just want to be separate. We're going to stay home. We're going to stay home, and we're going to avoid society. All right, we're going to avoid relationships. We're going to avoid society. We're going to go MGTOW. That's literally it. Okay, we're tired. We're done. We're not coming back. Like, this is straight up mouse utopia stuff. 100% mouse utopia. And women are responsible for this.
So this is like one of my favorite things to observe and watch is different energies, masculine energy, feminine energy in myself and also in the people around me. So tonight I'm at a club/bar and I'm super just like flowy, dancing the whole time, and I realize I'm not approached by any men. So my old way of being is like, okay, just go into your masculine energy and go up to them and do what you have to do. So in me, what happened was my energy just got like extra, and I was like overpowered energy, and I was using that, and like millions of guys were talking to me, no guys that I wanted, but they were just easy to talk to because I just gave them energy. And after a while, I just got like, what am I doing? Like, I feel drained right now. So I went and sat down, and I was observing it keep on coming up and trying to fix the situation. I just watched it. And then I sat down, and I was like, fuck. I was like, I'm going mad. And so I went up to this guy who was just dancing, and I was like, and I just told him. I told him why, like, what was going on in my mind. And this is what he said to me. This is the whole point of me making this video. He said, the reason why, well, first he came for my shoulders, he came for my not smiling, and he says the reason why men don't approach you and the whole problem with women is because women are looking for a guy to take care of them. They are raised to believe that guys should take care of them. And I was like, well, I don't know what generation you're in, because a lot of women in my generation make a lot of money. And he's like, and they make a lot of money and they still want guys to take care of them. Is that true? And I'm somebody that had this in my consciousness. This was something that needed to be brought to the surface, right? Because I've been struggling with this. I was like, yeah. And he started dancing. He had like a happy dance. And I was like, and then we had a conversation and finished it off. And it ended with me feeling so healed and secure within my feminine energy. And I was just so grateful because through that conversation, he brought his masculine energy into me. And yeah, it wasn't an easy conversation. He came for my throat, but I didn't get defensive. I just stood there and listened because I knew it was a healing moment for me. And yeah, I just danced, smiled it out, and I left, and here I am now. So I'm just sharing that because I feel like, hey, maybe it will help somebody else that, it's just maybe you're a really pretty girl and guys don't approach you.
This guy was in his soft guy era. This guy was, y'all, this dude was in his soft guy era. She didn't really understand what he was saying. A lot of reasons why men don't approach women anymore is, yes, part of it is entitlement, but also it's because women have told men don't approach us. Okay, this brother is in his soft guy era. What he was doing was letting her know that if you don't have money, then you don't have no honey. All right, I'm not gonna waste my money. I'm not spending all of my money on you anymore. Like, women have money too, and y'all need to bring something to the table. Like if you want to buy me a drink and buy me a nice meal, I like steakhouses, that's what's up. Bro, this dude was in his era. No, guys, y'all, this is sick. This is crazy, y'all. This is crazy. These men are not playing around. Y'all, this is great. Bro, y'all, these men are not playing around. Soft guy era started as a joke. These men are not playing games. They are serious. These guys are serious. You know, they will tell a girl, cash app them some money. Guys, this is some serious stuff. Women look at men as basically people they can take advantage of and use, and now men are like, "Nah, you want me? Oh no, you can send me some." Guys, we need to really get on this, especially during these hard times. Like, you know, you need to find these simps out here and have them send you money. Like, cash at me some money if you want me to come out with you. Like, that's gonna be like, you know, at least cash at me $200. You know, at least cash at me 200 because these are hard times. Like, guys, we need to start treating this as a job instead of like, guys, like, you know, we're going through like all of these different girls and you know, date. No. Final, you know, go through the different girls and like, okay, which if they want to date, they're gonna have to cash app you money. All right, it's just a numbers game. It's literally a numbers game. There are a lot of women out here who are looking for men, so it's just a numbers game. They want to go on a date. They're gonna have to cash app you money. They're gonna have to take you to a nice restaurant. You know, they're gonna have to feed you. Like you're basically that's just how it is. It's transactional. Men have to understand that these relationships are transactional. Women have money today. They've been doing this to men forever. So this is it. Like guys, we are in the solution and heading towards the conclusion phase right now, where men are beginning to institute the solutions. All right, and the conclusion is basically, if women want men, they're gonna have to pay for it. All right. And you know, and you're gonna have men. You know, if women want men, they're gonna have to bring something to the table. And a lot of men are just gonna go MGTOW or go MWA. Some men will go overseas and they'll find a woman overseas if they want a relationship. A lot of guys will just stay at home, and they'll go MWA and say, listen, if I want something, I'll explore my alternatives. This might mean, you know, this might mean going. You know, if I want a relationship, if I want to have some fun, I might go overseas, go to Tijuana, you know, and you know, go mess, you know, have a where you know, escorts are legal and have fun over there, or fly overseas to the Philippines and have a girlfriend over there. You know, I'll just stay home, and if I want to use my hand, I'll use my hand. And then there are the MGTOWs that are like, yeah, we're just going to separate ourselves from relationships in society and be done with it all. So, right, and you know, the big focus, like for example, creating value, creating content. That's big. You know, guys, what I'm doing right now, I have my YouTube course coming for you guys. It's costing a lot of money to develop this thing because I have to develop it right. I'm putting in so much work, so much effort into building this, into getting this new course, you know, perfect for you guys so that we can get it out there. Because this is actually going to help you guys to build your own business. I'm taking my 10 years on YouTube, 10 years. I've been on YouTube 10 years, and I'm putting that into my course. And you're going to be able to take this course, you're going to be able to run with this course and start making money right away, building your business, building your brand on YouTube, and making your money right away. That's the most important thing. That's absolutely the most important thing. So that's what we're doing right now. That's where we're going with this thing, and it's going to be a phenomenal value. And you know, that's where the manosphere is headed. The manosphere is headed away from talking about relationships and dating. Like basically, you know what the solutions are. And of course, there'll be more solutions that will always come, but we're heading towards the conclusion phase. You know, we were in the problem phase, defining what the problem we were dealing with women was, you know, and how to go about it. The solution phase is, you know, is basically the solution phase was basically beginning to take those solutions after we determined what the problem was, proposing solutions and putting them into play. Conclusion, we know what the solutions are. We've put them into play, and they are now effective. All right, and now they're becoming normalities. So as these solutions are becoming normalities, now we are in the conclusion phase, and we're moving away from that. We solved the problem. All right, and now we're moving towards the next stage of the manosphere, which is building money, finding happiness and purpose. You know, creating basically the things that men were created to do. We are designed to create. We are designed to survive. You know, prepping, survivalist, all of that stuff. That's where the manosphere is really headed. All right. Hell, even playing video games. The manosphere is headed in a direction that completely deviates from talking about how do I put this? Relationships and dating. That stuff. That's going to become like at the very bottom of the manosphere, where no one really cares about that. That's just like, oh, listen, we have a way of dealing with that. All right, now let's talk about money. Let's talk about, you know, building stuff. Let's talk about passion. This is where it's going. Men finally finding their happiness again. You know, finally finding their peace again. Finally finding purpose again. That's really where the manosphere is going. Okay, it's been going in this direction. I mean, think about this. You have guys like Graham Stevens, the real estate bro, who is now an active part of the manosphere. You have guys like there's a content creator. There's a guy that used to be a doctor on YouTube. He's one of the top content creators on YouTube right now. He teaches people how to create content. And this guy, he's going to end up in the manosphere. All of these people are going to end up in the manosphere as we move towards the creator economy, because people are moving away from relationships and dating. So that's going to become a thing of the past. When you have things like, are we dating the same guy, where women are using it to stalk men, you realize that dating and relationships are just completely done. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to our newsletter for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my ebook, The Blueprint for Escaping the Rat Race. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. Guys, what do you think regarding all of this? Broke girls want to ban men going their own way. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWM and walking away. And cheers.